Hi guys, so I went to one of my most favorite places in the whole world the other day, and that of course was the library. So I just am going to show you the books that we got at our last library trip, and just talk about them a little bit. A lot of them are children's books, and there's not much to say about them because they're kind of like not what I would pick or anything super, crazy or fun, in my opinion. And I certainly won't be reading them. Like, some of them are more just, I think, for picture looking than anything. So I'm just going to show you these really quick and show you what we got at the library. And I'm going to start with my least favorite books first, which are some of the ones that my 6-year-old picked out. And I really didn't help her pick out anything this last time. I was really focused on myself. And they were playing the computer games at the library and then playing at the park. And they weren't super focused on getting books. So when it was almost time to go, I said, guys, pick your books, And so they just went and pulled off the shelf what they wanted. And I didn't really guide them or anything this last time. Like, for example, these two books. Or no, this one isn't bad. The birds one isn't bad. My 6-year-old picked one about birds, apparently. Different kinds. It's a nonfiction book, so I mean, that's pretty cool. We'll read that and learn something from it. But then she also picked, this little book of The Lion King. And then this little Einstein's Seek and Find, which is whatever. These will be good car books for her to look at and keep her busy, and, it's whatever. I don't care. I'm just not going to be kicking back and, like, reading them or, like, enjoying them. That sounds really, I keep making myself sound really horrible, but I think you guys get what I mean. And then she also picked out Pete the Cat, Too Cool for School, which apparently is an I Can Read book, which I didn't realize until just now. But I'm sure that she will enjoy having this little storybook read to her. And Pete the Cat is written by Kimberly and James Dean. And these are pretty popular when my oldest girl was in school. They read a lot of Pete the Cat, and she really liked him. So that wasn't a horrible choice, I don't think. And then she picked up Mercy Watson Thinks Like a Pig by Kate DiCamillo. And we have another one of her books, which we own, and she really loves these pig books by this author. And this is one that will probably be actually fun for us to read. I think their dad's already reading it to them, and of course she loves it. So she got this one. And then the last one she got was Here Comes the Girl Scouts by Shana Corey. And from what I can understand of this, it's like a book maybe on the history of the Girl Scouts, and I'm sure I'll learn something from this. I know very little about the Girl Scouts. All I know was I joined it when I was little, and I thought they were really boring, so I quit. But I'll read this with her, and I'm sure we'll learn something together. And then one that I did actually pick out and influence them to get, which I would have gotten whether they didn't want it or not, was Prehistoric People by Bruce Coville. And this is just sort of an addition, a supplement to what we're learning right now. Oh, my phone is falling. That's why I keep having to, I didn't even realize it, guys. I'm sorry. This is just an addition to our prehistoric unit and what we're currently doing in homeschool. And I thought it looked kind of interesting. I don't know how much they'll like it, but we're going to read that as a little supplement. And then my 8-year-old picked out a book bundle. Our library does book bundles, and they sort of bundle up these books according to the subject matter. And she picked an adventure book bundle this time. I don't have one of them with me, but I know she got Treasure Island. Can't remember who that's by, but it's a kid's, like, adapted version of Treasure Island, which I almost didn't get. But then I was like, whatever. She can read the real one later. And she's actually really enjoying it. That's why I don't have it right now. She's reading it right now. So, more power to her. Then she also got Tales of a Fifth Grade Knight, which is about a boy in 5th grade who gets knighted and goes on an adventure. Because it's an adventure story. I don't know. This is for her to do silent reading. I'm not going to be reading these, so it's whatever she likes. Just whatever can get her reading. And then this one looks interesting. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot the author. By Douglas Gibson was Tales of a Fifth Grade Knight. Sorry. And then this looks interesting. Jinx by Sage Blackwood. I am so sorry about my phone, but I do not want to refilm this, so I'm just going to have to keep adjusting it because it wants to fall. And this is obviously an adventure story since it was put in that bundle, but it's about a boy in a magical realm or place with trolls and witches and magicians, and sounds fun. I think she'll like it. Again, I'm not going to read this. I'm not going to know what it's about. She'll be telling me what it's about and whatnot, and then I'll learn from it that way. Oh my goodness. I'm not refilming this. I'm not. My darn phone. Ugh. Okay. Now, for my books. One of the first ones I picked up was The Longings of Wayward Girls by Karen Brown, which I've already started. I'm about 100 pages in, and I'm really enjoying it. It's sort of like this mystery type novel. 3 key words on the back that maybe just yank it off the shelf was haunting, sexy, and evocative. And I was like, you know what? I need some haunting, sexy, and evocative right now. Okay, that sounds nice. And yeah, the back description just pulled me in. I know nothing about this author, Karen Brown. You know, I'd never heard of this book before. It was just one of those, I did some random just shelf pulls this time. Just read the backs and pulled them and plan to read them. But this one kind of is about a mystery and a girl that goes missing. And the main character, I feel like she knows something about the missing girl. So it's kind of skipping back and forth between her present time as an adult and then back in the 70s when she was a child and this girl was a child. And yeah, I feel like she knows something. And this new guy, or this guy from her past, shows up in town and sort of reawakens all these memories and whatnot. So far, pretty good. I mean, I like it. We'll have to see how it goes, though. I also picked up Wildwood by Drusilla Campbell, which, again, was another random shelf pull. I just sort of read the back and was like, yep, I'll give it a go. And it's about 3 women and mystery, and sort of, again, the theme of kind of going back in time and wondering, like, about old mysteries and stuff. I don't know. I mean, I literally just yanked it off the shelf, read the back, and put it in my bag and said, okay, I'll try it. Plus, I mean, look at the cover. The cover helped. It's called Wildwood, which is, I don't know, it's a name that pulled me in. I was like, ooh, Wildwood. And then the pretty cover, and then the little blurb on the back, and I'm like, yes, summer reading, this is for me. Let's see if I like it. I know, not really, I have no scientific method to this. I just pulled them and was like, okay. And then my last sort of random shelf pull was Once Upon a River by Bonnie Jo Campbell. And this is about a girl who, and I think this takes place maybe in the 1800s or early 1900s. That's how they make it sound. I actually didn't see a date for when this was supposed to take place, but this is about a girl who goes on like a trek of a river in a riverboat by herself, which apparently is unheard of for the time, which makes me think it's in the past. And she's sort of like this real independent girl. She can shoot like Annie Oakley. It's sort of like I guess supposed to be like a woman Huckleberry Finn type adventure thing, and so I thought I would give it a try, and see what it's all about. So I got this. Now, the last 3 books I got were sort of random, but they were titles that were familiar to me, and I was like, you know, I think I'm finally going to read them. So I got Of Mice and Men and The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. And Maria over at Read, Create, Repeat Homeschool raves about Steinbeck constantly, and I haven't really been interested in reading it, but then when I saw these, I guess the familiarity of seeing the name and remembering how much she loves these books, I was like, I'm going to grab one. And then I ended up just grabbing two because I couldn't decide between either of these. So I'm going to get to know some Steinbeck, hopefully, in the coming month and see what it's all about. I'll see if I like him too. And then the last one I picked up is The Jungle by Upton Sinclair. This title was familiar to me, but I couldn't remember exactly what it was about until I read the inside cover, and it sort of jogged a memory. But this book was written, I want to think, early 1900s. I'm trying to think of the time period here. Basically, The Jungle is about the meatpacking industry, specifically, I guess, in Chicago, and sort of brings to light all the unfairness and cruelty and stuff that was happening to the immigrant workers, and I guess maybe the child workers too, that were working in this industry back in this time, and actually helped bring forth some new laws and really change the standards of working in that industry and factory type work and stuff like that. And so I've heard about it before, sort of jogged my memory, and I was like, I will give this a try as well because I've heard it's good. I don't know if I will like it in particular, but I'm going to try it because why not? You know, you got to give things a shot. So yeah, that was my library haul. That's what we got this last time. And yeah, look forward to going back, and hopefully I can get these books read because I feel like I kind of picked out a lot for myself considering how much I still need to read off my own shelf, but at least I'm not buying books, right? If you've read any of these, then please tell me your thoughts on them, or if you think that I will like them, you know, any little thoughts you have on what I picked up. And I will see you guys again soon.